Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Christy. I'm going to be doing a series of videos of how I'm hopefully going to lose weight with polycystic ovaries. I'm going to probably do some meal prep on here as well. I'm going to do weekly weigh-ins. I'm just going to go through like what I'm doing every day. Sorry about the light, it's really bad lighting. We'll try and fix that for the next video. But I'm going to go through what I'm going to do every day to try and lose weight, the exercises, what I'm eating, and everything like that. I'll give you a little bit of background story, I guess. So I'm 28, just turned 28. I started to put on weight when I was about 21 roughly. Before that I was kind of like just average size, and then I got a car, stopped walking. I was drinking a lot of energy drinks, V and Mother, and I don't know whether it had anything to do with it, but personally I think it did. The sugar content in it I think had a lot to do with the weight gain. I was drinking like between 4 and 6 cans a day, mostly V, but I was mixing it up between V and Mother. And about 2 months after we got a car and stopped walking everywhere, I just started to balloon straight out, and I was still drinking the V, so I guess I wasn't working it off. And a couple of months after that I hadn't put on a lot of weight. I'd put on about 15 kilos, which is a lot, but not as much as I ended up putting on. And I started to have I wasn't getting a period anymore, so I went to the doctor, and I used to be very regular before that, so it was like a textbook every day, every month to the date I would get my period, and it just didn't come. It was a couple of months late. I went to the doctor and they said, oh, you've got polycystic ovaries. They didn't really tell me that much about it. They just sort of said, you know, that's what you've got, deal with it. I had an ultrasound done, and that's how they diagnosed it. I'd left it alone. It sort of went like that for years. Like, I was very irregular for years, and then I finally went to see another doctor who said, oh, you know, yeah, you've got polycystic ovaries, which they actually did blood tests as well to check. And usually when you have polycystic ovaries, your hormone levels are out of whack. You usually have too much testosterone, but my testosterone levels were completely normal, but they found that I had insulin resistance, which is part of polycystic ovaries. So because of the insulin resistance, I was making too much estrogen, which is the women's hormone, and instead of like balancing out with progesterone, it wasn't working because my progesterone levels were too low because of the insulin resistance. It was like my body wasn't registering that I had any progesterone there. So that ended up resulting in just a continuous period. So, and that was why I ended up finding more out, because I started to freak out. I thought I had something really, really wrong, and so they did all this testing and stuff, and they said that I had endometrial hyperplasia because of the polycystic ovaries, which means my lining was too thick, and it means that it's not, even though it's like a continuous period, it's not actually flushing out properly, so the lining is sort of sitting there. So they basically said, like, you need to get rid of it, because that's when cells can start to change. So that freaked me out. I did start to lose a little bit of weight then, because I got scared that it would turn to cancer. So I did start losing a bit of weight. I lost, I think, 12 kilos in about 3 months, roughly. But my biggest problem is that I always get bored. So I was eating like grilled chicken and bacon and avocado and broccoli for dinner a lot. I know that probably doesn't sound good, but it actually is. I know you've probably all been told don't eat the fatty stuff, but the good fats are actually what you need to eat. It's sugar and the carbs that you need to cut out, because the key to it is the insulin resistance. I think if I can reverse the insulin resistance, I can probably get rid of most of the symptoms, if not completely get rid of the polycystic ovaries. I know you're all probably sitting there thinking you can't get rid of it because that's what you've been told. I actually think that you probably can, because I don't believe that I had it before I put on all the weight. I didn't have any of these symptoms. So that's what I'm going to try and prove anyway with these vlogs. I'm going to try and prove that if you lose a lot of the weight, that hopefully, fingers crossed, you can get rid of the polycystic ovaries. So this is what this journey will be about. I started about 2 weeks ago. I will go back to the weight loss. I lost it all, got bored, stopped doing it, went back to eating takeaway and just carby stuff. I'm a real sucker for carbs. Not really so much on the sugar. I don't really like lollies and chocolate and stuff like that, but anything with carbs in it, that it's not like a whole carb, like a real carb, like potato. Potato's okay. Potato's carby, yeah, but it grows from the ground. Like it's an actual whole food. Whole foods that have carbs in them, they're fine. Even though you've probably all been told not to eat potatoes, everybody will tell you something different. And I'm going to include potato in my diet, and we'll see what happens. But I've had it in there before and I've still managed to lose the weight, and I've done a lot of research, and a lot of it says that, you know, it's a real food. It grows from the ground. If it grows from the ground, eat it. If it grows from the ground easily and regularly, eat it a lot. If it grows from the ground seasonal, don't eat it as much. Like, you know, just whatever's natural, just eat natural. So instead of like, I would eat a lot of bread, pasta. I'm real carby. I really like carbs. Rice and carbs like that just turn straight into sugar. So even if I wasn't eating that much chocolate and lollies, I was still putting on the weight because all the carbs I was eating was just turning into sugar. So I've cut them out. I did it for a little while. I got bored. I lost the weight. I started to put it back on. I started to do it again, and I started to walk every day. My sister was coming with me, so that was good. She was keeping me motivated. And then I went on a cruise, and you can eat whatever you want on a cruise. They have buffets. They have 24-hour pizza on the one I went on. Like there was just food. It was all food. And when you're spending 4 days at sea, what else are you gonna do? Food. You're gonna eat food or drink alcohol. So I was drinking cocktails and I was eating at the buffet, and you know, cocktails, sugar, food, carbs, sugar. So I put most of it back on from what I lost in the first place. My starting weight in the beginning of 2016 was 116 kilos. I managed to get down to, I lost 14 kilos because I managed to get down to 102. By the time I got back from the cruise, I like, it wasn't just from the cruise, but it was from all the getting bored and going back to it and everything throughout the year, I was back on 112. So I thought, well, it's not really working out eating this crappy food. It's really not working out for me. So a couple of weeks ago, I decided, let's do it again. And this time I'm definitely going to stick to it because I'm hoping that you guys are going to help me by watching. And if I've got people watching, then I'm going to be motivated because I'm going to look like a fool if I don't do it. So subscribe and watch, because hopefully that's going to help me get rid of all of this fat that I've got everywhere. So 3 weeks ago, I was on 112. I have slowly been cutting things out, and this morning I weighed myself and I was on 108. So there is 4 kilos down, and that's basically from going back to drinking water again. I do have a bottle somewhere. Just to prove. Keeping that handy because that's all I'm drinking. I'm having, at the moment, my breakfast is I'm just having fruit. So a banana or an apple or both, strawberries, kiwi fruit. I'm basically just having fruit for breakfast. Sometimes I'm having 2 boiled eggs and that's it. But either fruit or eggs. Lunch, I have just been having usually leftovers from the night before, from dinner, or if I have like eggs for breakfast, I might have fruit for lunch, or I'll have tuna, or I'll have prawns, or something like that. Just something that's not huge. A salad, Caesar salad. Probably shouldn't have the Caesar sauce, but baby steps. Or Asian salad, which I probably shouldn't have the noodles, but again, baby steps. So yeah, just something small though for lunch. Snacking on nuts and stuff. Add avocado. If you can add avocado to at least one meal a day, avocado is really, really good. So I've been either adding it to lunch, depending on what I'm having, or dinner. Dinner's just been varied. Like last night, we literally just had a plate full of cabbage. You know, cabbage, bacon, and onion, and you steam it. That and broccoli. So, and broccoli is really, really good for lowering blood sugar levels. So I'm pretty much sticking to green things for dinner. Every now and then I might do the chicken bacon, like the chicken bacon avocado that I was talking about earlier. I'm just grilling the chicken, cutting it up, making the bacon, sprinkling the bacon and the avocado on top of the chicken, and then half a plate of broccoli. Or cauliflower as well sometimes, but mostly broccoli. I'm trying to stick to broccoli as like a daily vegetable because it's really, really good for you. And every single time that I have lost weight, I have had the best results when I have included broccoli on a daily basis. So I feel like that's helping. So last night, yep, it was cabbage and broccoli, which is what I have for lunch today. I had an apple and a banana for breakfast. I've been drinking the water. Warm water with lemon in it in the mornings is good. And at the moment, I've been starting my day with yoga. I've been watching this channel on YouTube. Tomorrow morning when I do it, I'll write the name down. It's Psych something. Anyway, she's got all these different yoga videos, and she's really good, and it's a 20-minute one, focusing mostly on your stomach, which is where I carry, like most people with polycystic ovaries, they carry a lot of their weight in their midsection. So I'm focusing on that at the moment, but I'm going to start to incorporate other things anyway. Like I'm going to start walking again. I'm going to start walking with weights on my legs. Like I've got these, they're like Velcro, and you can put them on your wrists or on your ankles, and they've got like weights in them. So I'm going to start doing that, but I don't want to make it too full on straight up because that's when I get bored. That's when I tend to think this is too hard. So I'm going to do it a little bit slower. Oh, the other thing that I'm doing as well is I'm having turmeric. So I'm having it in capsule form. I've read a lot of things about that. I'm going to do another video later though of things that I supplement, things that I have supplemented before, things that didn't work or made me sick. I'm going to do a whole video on that in itself later. So yeah, so basically that's just in a nutshell what my videos are going to be about. And hopefully, I'm hoping by mid-year, I want to have lost like 20 kilos. If I haven't lost 20 kilos by the middle of 2017, I'm going to be really upset. My overall weight loss goal is about 40 kilos, so maybe even a little bit more, because from 112 from the beginning weight, I would want to lose a bit more than 40 kilos. So from where I am now, though, 108, I know it's only 4 kilos difference, but 4 kilos is 4 kilos. I'm looking at about 40 kilos from now. So hopefully I will have done half of that by the middle of 2017. Hopefully you guys will keep watching and subscribing and sharing so that my motivation is there, because I really don't like looking like a fool. So if you guys are watching and I stop and I fail, I'm going to feel like a fool. So I'm not going to like that. So you guys are going to be my motivation. Hopefully you'll all subscribe and you'll all watch. And maybe some of you have got polycystic ovaries and you're struggling to lose weight as well. Hopefully these videos will help. I'm going to do another video later on the thoughts that I have on polycystic ovaries as well, because like there's so much out there, and your regular GP, they don't really know much about it. It's not just like it's so hard to describe what it is, because it's basically just a hatful of symptoms that people have. You know, there might be 20 symptoms in the hat, and someone's got 3 and someone else has got 4, and they're completely different to each other. Like it's basically just a whole lot of symptoms put together that they've called polycystic ovaries. So it's pretty complex, but I'm going to do another video, which I might actually do that today, and I might release that one today as well, on my thoughts of it, of what I've worked out so far about it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I look like standing up, which I wasn't going to do. I was going to wait until I got a little bit, until I lost a bit of weight, because it's quite embarrassing. And I didn't really want to show you guys until I'd lost weight, and then I could say, you know, oh, look at the difference. But, I mean, you can see it anyway. I'm making the videos, so you can still see it. So I'm just going to do it now, and that's going to be even more motivation for me to keep going, because everybody on YouTube has seen what I look like. So anyway, that's the end of this video. I'll probably do that other video later, and at the end of this, I'll either add the photos to the end of this one, or I'll make another video of a slideshow of photos. But either way, there will be photos that come out, and my next video is going to be my thoughts on polycystic ovaries, and then I'm going to do a video on supplements as well. So they could both come out today, or I might do one today, one tomorrow. But yeah, so that's basically what this channel is going to be about from now on. Hopefully you all subscribe, and hopefully this can help someone else, and hopefully you will keep me motivated, because I really need to do this. Okay, bye.